Ho messo gli occhi su di te, tu sei diversa e non lo sai, tu ballerini tra di noi, ma sono tristi gli occhi tuoi, è come sei, somigli un po' a me. Ho messo gli occhi su di te, per una storia che non so, che vuoi nascondere ma che sta tutta là negli occhi tuoi, è come sei, somigli un po' a me. Balla, non pensiamoci, balla, divertiamoci, balla, sorridiamoci, balla, e diciamoci basta. Ho messo gli occhi su di te, tu sei diversa e non lo sai, qualcosa vuoi dimenticare, tu balli e non ti stanchi mai, è come sei, somigli un po' a me. Ho messo gli occhi su di te, tu sei diversa e non lo sai, tu ballerini tra di noi, ma sono tristi gli occhi tuoi, è come sei, somigli un po' a me. Ho messo gli occhi su di te, per una storia che non so, che vuoi nascondere ma che sta tutta là negli occhi tuoi, è come sei, somigli un po' a me, è come sei, somigli un po' a me, è come sei, somigli un po' a me.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to Starfury's 24th Facebook Live. Yes, this is our 24th. It's been a while since our last Facebook Live. I started these Facebook Lives back in 2020 as a way of keeping people updated as what was happening with Starfury during the pandemic, to make sure everybody knew exactly what was going on with our events. And tonight, I'm going to let you all know what we have planned for the rest of 2022 and 2023 as well. I've got a few announcements to make regarding several of my events, but whether I have an announcement for an event or not, I'm going to cover each event in chronological order. Big thank you to everybody who's joining us tonight. I've got the just at the side here, I've got the comments up, so I'll try and have a look at what the comments are as we go across. But welcome to everybody who's joined us tonight. And we've been doing, as I said, these Facebook Lives because Starfury had to take a 2-year break during the pandemic. We came back a year ago. It's about a year ago. We came back last September with Crossroads 3, which we had Misha Collins. And we've had a very successful run of events over the past 12 months. And everything's going very well. The great news is we do seem pretty much out of this pandemic, but with the spectre of COVID still present, just to say that for the events that are going forward, for the meantime, at least, we will still be continuing to request from attendees that you show either a proof of COVID vaccination or a negative test result when you arrive at the event at registration. This really does help us with the guests because I very much am trying to take a firm stance so we don't have any plexiglass or masks in the photo sessions, and we haven't had that happen once at any of the photo sessions over the past 12 months. We do still say it's sensible to wear a mask when you're around a busy event like this, but it's not a mandatory request. So that's us on how we are with COVID at the moment. But moving on to our events that we have taking place throughout 2022, we've got 2 more events in 2022, and we've got several events to discuss in 2023. And in a week's time, next week, we'll be holding our 5th event for fans of Supernatural with Crossroads 5. And we've got a little video to show you from that event now. So there you go. That's Starfury Crossroads 5, our 5th event celebrating the television series Supernatural. That's taking place this time next week. And joining us at the Hilton Metropole Hotel in Birmingham, we have Mark Shepherd Crowley. We also have a very rare appearance from Timothy Omundson, who played Kane on Supernatural. He was also Eli on Xena. He's been in lots of other stuff like 24 and Psych. Also joining us is Alexander Calvert, who, as well as Supernatural, he's going to be the star of the new Boys spin-off series. Just announced is Jeffrey Vincent Perry. Another guest we got joining us is Stephen Williams, who, as well as Supernatural, was also on The X-Files, and he's been on tons of stuff. We've got Julie McNiven joining us. As well as Supernatural, she was also on Mad Men and Stargate Universe. We have the Ghostfacers joining us. We've got AJ Buckley and also Travis Wester. We've got Cindy Sampson joining us. And also we have Buffy Alumni, and at our first Supernatural event, Amber Benson. And she's very excited to get to meet the Supernatural fans. Now, sadly, Mark Pellegrino had to cancel on this event. He's got a film job. It's going to be filming over the period of the convention, so isn't able to make the event. So we replaced him with Jeffrey Vincent Perry. Now, just to let you know, if you purchased any extras with Mark, such as a photo op or a fan meet, then you got 2 options. You can either go on Grotix and you can exchange it for a different extra at the event, a fan meet or a photo op with somebody else. Now, just so you know, Grotix, one thing we have with Grotix is it will only allow you to exchange for an item of the same value or something of a greater value with you paying the difference. And if, however, you don't want to change it, if there's nothing else that you want, then on Monday, any that haven't been swapped over, we're going to refund them all. So you'll get a refund if you don't want to swap it for something, and you'll have the refund, should be with you before the event itself. So that's Crossroads 5, our 5th celebration of Supernaturals, taking place in a week's time. And then we have one more event for 2022, and that's our celebration of the television series Once Upon a Time with Starfury Enchanted 4. And this is going to be our final ever event for fans of Once Upon a Time. So if you're a fan of the show, you definitely don't want to miss this event, because it's going to be your last chance to celebrate Once Upon a Time in Starfury style. Now, that event is going to be taking place from the 18th to the 20th of November at the Hilton Metropole, Birmingham. And we've got a great lineup of guests joining us at that. We've got the star of the show, Lana Perella. She's going to be along. We also have Emily Duravin joining us as well. Some of you may remember her from Roswell, as well as Once Upon a Time. We've got Kristen Bauer Van Stanton joining us, who, as well as Once Upon a Time, was also in True Blood. We've got Victoria Smurfett along. Also joining us is Robbie Kay. Another guest is Raphael Sabaj. We also have joining us Beverly Elliott. Another guest is Elliot Knight. And finally, we have joining us Eoin Bailey. So that's a total of 9 guests we have confirmed for our final Once Upon a Time celebration. Now, unfortunately, we had previously advertised Merrin Dungy, and sadly, she's had to cancel her appearance as she's had work come up. Now, if you've bought a photo op, we hadn't had fan meets on sale yet, but if you'd bought a photo op with Merrin, it's exactly the same procedure as I just detailed before. You can go on Grotix and you can swap it for another photo op with one of the other guests. Once we've got Crossroads 5 out the way, so that's going to be in about a week and a half's time, any of the Merrin's photo ops or extras which haven't been swapped over, then we will process refunds on them all. So that brings us to the end of 2022. We've got 2 more events to come, Crossroads 5 and Enchanted 4, and that's how we're going to see out 2022. 2023, we start off with a bang with an event that people have been waiting a while for, and it's our 2nd celebration of the television series Lucifer, and that's going to be taking place in February, and we have a little trailer for you for that one.
Hi everybody, I can't wait to see you all at Starfury's Lux 2 in Birmingham in a couple of months. So get your tickets now, because we can't wait to see you there. And it's going to be a blast. All right. See you guys soon. Okay, bye.
So that's Starfury Lux 2. That's our celebration of the television series Lucifer. and that's taking place from 17th to the 19th of February at the Hilton Metropole Hotel, Birmingham. And the current guests that I can confirm are Lucifer himself, Tom Ellis. We also have his brother, D.B. Woodside, who many of you will also remember from 24 and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Got another True Blood guest, Detective Douche himself, Kevin Alejandro, is joining us. We also have along Rachel Harris. The next guest for it is Amy Garcia. And we also have Trisha Helfer, who many of you will remember from Battlestar Galactica. She's kind of sci-fi royalty. And we have Eve joining us, Imbar Lavi. We also have the show's producer-creator, Ildi Madrovich, and the comic book artist on the Lucifer Comics, Lee Garber. Still waiting to confirm one or two more guests for Lux 2, but that's how the lineup's looking at the moment with the reconfirmations. Originally, this event was supposed to take place in 2020. Then it was supposed to take place this year. Then we had to move it to 2023 on guest availability. So that's who's reconfirmed at the moment. Once we know all the confirmations and everything's sorted, hopefully towards the end of October, we'll be able to put the extras back on sale. Now, with all the movements of the dates for that event, some of you may not be able to attend the new dates. So if you can't make the new dates, send me an email at the beginning of October. If you send me an email after I finished on Crossroads 3, so I'd probably say Wednesday, the 5th of October. From then, send me an email then, and we can look at arranging a refund for you. But that's Lux 2. It's going to be an incredible event. It's probably going to be the last time you're going to see a sizable lineup like that of Lucifer guests at a Starfury event. I don't know what we will do after that event. I'm unsure if we'll do a Lux 3. What I'm kind of thinking at the moment is for 2024, because they're both based on the same property, although they're handled quite differently, is to do a combination of Lucifer and Sandman, which I don't know if you've been watching the Sandman series on Netflix, but if you haven't seen it, watch it now. It's brilliant. I absolutely love the show, and I want it represented at Starfury. I'm a big comic book fan. You probably see all the graphic novels behind me and some of the 2000 AD original artwork on the wall. And so I was a big fan of the Sandman comic. So I absolutely love the TV series. And so I'm thinking in 2023, probably an event which would combine Lucifer with Sandman. They're both very different shows, but they're based on the same property. So that's where we stand now on Lux 2. We got 9 guests reconfirmed for it. That's taking place at the Birmingham Hilton Hotel. And then a month later, we move on to our next event, which is another supernatural event. And that's Crossroads 6, our 6th event for the TV series Supernatural. It's already been a bit of a controversial event because we've had to change venue. Basically, it's the event's always taken place, and supernatural events have generally taken place at the Birmingham Hilton. However, for next year, the Birmingham Hilton was unable to provide me with dates that didn't clash with creation cons in the States, and that would have limited our ability to get guests for the event. So we've changed venues for this event, and it's going to be taking place at the Hilton Metropole Brighton. Some people have been acting like this is the end of the world, which I suppose is, right for a supernatural event because it deals with the apocalypse. But I have to say the Hilton Brighton is one of the nicest venues that we've ever used. They haven't released the hotel rooms yet, so don't contact them yet about hotel rooms. We're going to release the link for that event so you can book hotel rooms for it the week after Crossroads 5. Get Crossroads 5 out the way, and then people will be able to book their rooms for Crossroads 6. Working on guests right now for Crossroads 6. There's 11 invites out at the moment, 8 of whom who have confirmed. So there's just 3 I'm waiting on at the moment. I'm going to announce everybody who's confirmed. Hopefully the final 3 will have confirmed as well. But we should be announcing them next weekend at Crossroads 5. But I will say that we do have joining us Jensen Ackles, and that has sent things into hyperdrive. This event's going to be incredible, and we currently only have limited tickets available for it. I wouldn't be surprised if this event sells out within the next 2 to 3 weeks. So that's Crossroads 6, our 6th event for the TV series Supernatural. Now, this one of the reasons why I decided to do a Facebook Live tonight was, as well as just going over the events and letting you know the guest announcements, we did have a major announcement on guest date, on event date change, and that's affecting the next event, VortCon 2, which originally was going to be taking place a week later in mid-March. And VortCon 2 is our event for fans of the boys, but we've had to reschedule the dates for that event. Now, filming of the latest season of The Boys for season 4, I think it is, was supposed to run from the end of June to the beginning of February. However, they didn't start until the beginning of August, so they're now filming until March 24th is when they're due to finish. So that means that the guests wouldn't be available on the original dates. So we've moved the dates for VortCon, and it's now taking place from the 21st to the 23rd of April. Still being held at the Renaissance Hotel, Heathrow. It's taking place on brand new dates. Now, if you can't make the new dates, I'll be offering refunds throughout October. So if you can't make the new dates, let me know once I've got Crossroads 5 out the way. But those are the new dates for VortCon 2, 21st to the 23rd of October. First 2 confirmed guests that we have coming back, because I had such a good time last time. We have Colby Minifie, who will be joining us, as well as Toma Capone, who plays Frenchie. So those are the first 2 guests for VortCon 2. I hope to be announcing a few more guests over the next few weeks. Now, so it's all kind of like comic book adaptations. We've gone from Lucifer, we've had The Boys, and next up we're going on to the DC Universe. And we have an annual event celebrating the DC Universe, and our next one is Ultimates Apocalypse. And that's going to take place from the 5th to the 7th of May, and that's going to be at the Hilton Metropole Hotel in Birmingham. This event was a huge success. It was one of our biggest, along with the Outlander event, was one of our biggest events this year. It was a big success. We're going to be building on that. So far, guests that I can announce from the TV show Titans, we have Connor Leslie. She plays Wonder Girl on Titans. Now, we have several of the cast of Stargirl joining us. We've got Meg DeLacy. Also joining us is Yvette Monreal and Breck Bassinger. And we also have Nicole Maines from Supergirl confirmed. So that's how Ultimates Apocalypse is starting to build up. I actually originally thought I was going to be announcing up to 11 guests tonight, but you got to, with the way deals are going, I'm just finalizing deals with several of the Batwoman cast. I had hoped to announce it tonight, so hopefully we should be able to announce the Batwoman cast in the next week to 2 or 3 weeks. Also had negotiations with other cast members from Titans, from Gotham, from Supergirl. So we're looking at other DC shows. It's going to be like this year's. We're going to have a great lineup, and it's going to be an incredible event. So I hope we see you along at Ultimates Apocalypse. Now, we have 2 Ultimates event. If we're going to celebrate DC, we've got to celebrate Marvel as well. That seems only fair. And in June, we have our Marvel event. That's taking place from the 16th to the 18th of June, also at the Hilton Metropole Hotel. And that's Ultimates Multiverse. That's our Marvel convention. I'm working on guests right now. Marvel guests take a bit longer to secure, but I'm working on some good guests. I can confirm, though, that the first guest we have confirmed from the film Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, we have Menga Zhang joining us. She had to cancel this year's event, so she's rescheduled for next year's convention. Looking forward to seeing her then, but I'm working at the moment on further guests from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, from the films and the Disney Plus TV shows. Now, around June or in July, it's a bit nebulous at the moment, I'm looking at holding another event. I working hard to get another event sorted out, and that of course would be Red Dragon 6. Unfortunately, I don't have a proper update for fans at the moment. My sincerest apologies to all the Fanable community who have been waiting very patiently on this, but I don't have solid dates or guests confirmed yet. Now, out of all the events, Red Dragon probably has been the most difficult one to reschedule. One of the issues is the vast majority of attendees come from abroad. We have a lot of attendees from America. We have a lot of attendees from Korea, from Japan, from Germany, and from France. It's, out of all our events, it's probably the most international in terms of the attendees. And even once we were leaving the pandemic, speaking to a lot of attendees, flights was still something they worried about as we were coming out the pandemic. So I very much wanted us to be in a situation where people felt comfortable to fly. I've had some couple of issues renegotiating new dates with the venue, especially in terms of hotel room rates for the attendees. So I'm working on that. And also, of course, we have to have new dates which can work out in in terms of the schedules, trying to get the original lineup we had. So that's how it's looking on Red Dragon at the moment. My apologies, as I said, to the Fanable community, but I am working on the Red Dragon event. I'm hoping it's looking good at the moment to have some solid, proper information with dates, venue, guests, refunds, and so forth towards the end of October. So fingers crossed on that. I can't make any guarantees, but that's what I'm working towards at the moment. So that brings us to the middle of the year. And as we get into the summer, we start off in August with our annual convention for fans of the TV series Outlander, Highlander 6. And that one's going to be taking place from the 4th to the 6th of August 2023 at the Hilton Metropole Hotel. Our last Outlander event was a huge success. Of course, we had Sam Hume attending, so of course it was going to be a huge success. It's still a bit of a way off, so we're still working on guests. However, I can confirm that we have Stephen Cree. Also joining us will be Alexander Vallejos. Paul Gorman will be returning, hugely popular at the last event. Mark Lewis Jones and Caitlin O'Ryan. So there you go. That's how it's looking at the moment for the Outlander event. It'll probably be towards the beginning or early next year before we start getting the big headline guests in, but that's how that one's going to be. That's how it's looking. Outlander events are always great. Looking forward to that one. And then in August, we have another event, and that's for a brand new show, and it's a one-off event that we're doing, and that's for Motherland Fort Salem, and that event is Starfury Witch Bomb. That event's going to be taking place from the 18th to the 20th of August at the Renaissance Hotel, Heathrow. I don't have any guests to announce just yet, so keep an eye on our social media or our next Facebook Live. We should have some guest announcements soon, but I'm working on that at the moment. But that's going to be our celebration of Motherland Fort Salem. And then the final event of the evening that I'm going to be talking about is Starfury Legends, well, Starfury Ultimates Legends. And that's our third Ultimates event of 2023. And it's a one-off celebration of the TV series Legends of Tomorrow. Now, we had several of the cast of Legends of Tomorrow at Ultimates Crisis, and they proved insanely popular. And those guests actually approached me, and they said they would love it if I ran an event purely focused on Legends of Tomorrow. They said it was very clear between them and also the fans, there was demand for a Legends of Tomorrow event. And so that's how this event came about. It's a one-off event. I think it's going to be a smash hit. I'm still working on guests, but I can confirm that the first guest for this event is Tala Ash. So that's the first guest for Starfury Legends. So that's it. That's how Starfury events are looking over the course of 2022 and 2023. I hope I see some of you at Crossroads 5 next week. And if not, I hope I see you at an event over the next 12 months. However, be sure to follow us on Twitter. We're doing some competitions on Twitter at the moment. Right now, we have a Stargirl Funko Pop signed by Brett Bassinger and Meg DeLacy. And we've got a Cyborg Pop signed by Jovian Wade, who plays Cyborg in Doom Patrol. So if you go on Twitter, you got a chance to win that. Next week, we've got a Black Bolt Pop signed by Anson Mount and a Polaris Pop signed by Emma Dumont. So we've got those coming up. And in the future, we've got an Eternals Funko Pop, a Captain Kirk one signed by William Shatner. For Once Upon a Time fans, Colin O'Donoghue and Emma Swan. We've even got some Funkos here signed by signed by Katie Lotz, a Black Canary one, and a 100 Pop signed by Eliza Taylor. And we've got a whole pile more over there, signed Pops, which I'm giving away on a weekly basis. You just have to follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter, and when I do one of those posts for the competitions, you retweet it, and I'll choose a winner, and you could win some Funko Pops. But that's how it's looking for Starfury at the moment. Hope we see you at a future event. In the meantime, stay safe and well. Big thank you to Joe as well, who's done a great job helping me out on this and doing all the behind scenes stuff for this tonight and the graphics. So you stay safe and well, and party on, dudes. Good night.
Yeah.